We always wanted to get into YC. YC is the best accelerator out there. It helped a lot of great companies, but next to this, it actually has an alumni that you can work together, share ideas, and learn from their successes and mistakes. When we got into YC, that was actually not the first time. Prior to this, we had 2 startups, which failed to get into YC. And with Bitrise, we already wanted to get in once. We failed miserably, but we retried it again in the next year, and we got in successfully. And again, it was a really amazing journey for us.
Just getting in was an experience on its own. The whole interview process that you have to do really well in 10 minutes and talk about your company in very deep details and your vision in 10 minutes. It's a very short amount of time if you think about it. When we got the phone call that we got in, we were at our apartment, kind of watching Netflix and very excited when the phone's gonna ring or whether it's gonna ring. And Barnabas was out on the patio and he got the call when he was out and he was banging on the windows and he couldn't open up the door because it was a keypad. So it's like, guys, come on, we got the call. And we were rushing out with Victor, and then we were just celebrating out on the grass or something. We had this great plan that what we are going to execute in those 3 months. And how YC operates is that you have a group leader who is a partner at YC, and you have these office hours with them. And we had our first office hour with the guy, and he asked, like, what are you guys planning to do? And we told him our plan. This is what we are going to do. It was very sensible in terms of getting more revenue and stuff like that. And he sat there, he listened, he was very patient, and he was like, that's not a good plan. And then he remembered that we said something about a marketplace or an ecosystem play during the interview, which he really liked, and that was a really good contributing factor why we got in. And so, like, okay, so what are you thinking? It's like, well, I just like the idea. Go away, think about it, and we can talk about it more if you have a more solid plan on how to execute it. So we went back to our apartment with Barnabas with a case of beers, which we drank during the whole weekend, and yeah, by the end, we got the idea of doing the add-on marketplace, which we are working on right now, or since then, really.
Most surprising thing in Y Combinator for me personally was I kind of expected that they will have like a program that tells you how to be successful. And that they will tell you things that do it this way or that way. But that's completely the opposite of what happened. Like, they are there as advisors, if you will, to help you, but they won't stop you going bankrupt or anything like that. We also, in that environment, we figured out a couple of very important things for the product itself.
YC in itself is very good in making you think bigger than you would otherwise think. And that's one of the biggest takeaways from me. Whenever I start thinking about strategy, then I always try to think about the 10x of what I'm thinking in the beginning, which can give you this boost of, well, we can make this way bigger than what you would imagine otherwise.
YC is a great place for you to learn how to iterate, to learn how to work in small segments and impactful in that small segment, because you have to make sure that if you are wasting 1 week on something, this is the biggest impact that you can do in that time frame. And after that, you constantly iterate on it, get back feedback from the customers, and at the end, you release everything in that 3 months. And that iteration mindset actually shaped how we're currently thinking about development, working together, collaborating, all of this stuff.